What's up, guys? Welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be doing a story time about the time when I hitchhiked. I think I was about 14 or 15 years old. Yeah, let me just give you guys, like, paint the picture a little bit, okay? My mom did not play that. There was no boyfriends, no boys calling the house. There was no catching the bus or any type of public transportation. Like, anywhere I go, she would call the person's house first and it's like, okay, so what are they doing this weekend, blah blah blah. There was like barely any like sleepovers. My mom did not play sleepovers, none of that. So this weekend I was going to spend a night at my cousin's house. So of course, when you go to family's house, your parent is like a little bit more lenient on you. So yeah, I was like, okay, cool, I'm going to my cousin's house, I'm having fun. Prior to like this day of me going to my cousin's house, I liked a boy. So I had asked my mom, like, Mom, can I have a boyfriend? And she just was like, girl, no, Jesus is your boyfriend. And I'm just like, Jesus. I'm like, okay, no, Jesus is not my boyfriend. So I'm just gonna have a boyfriend behind your back. So I was excited because I had been talking to this boy. One of my cousins was like talking to the friend, and so me and my cousins, we would always get together like once a month and do like sleepovers and like have fun. We would rotate like houses, but on this particular weekend, it was at my cousin Chloe's house. And her mom was leaving for like a day to go and have fun with some of her friends. But my mom didn't know this, because had she known, I would have been at home with her. It was like, it needed to be supervision at all times. Like, you know, she didn't play. So we had planned to like go to the movies and like hang out with the guys that we were dating. So in true my fashion, I took forever to get ready. So the first movie that we were supposed to see at 7 o'clock, we missed that movie. So we were like, okay, there's a movie that starts at 9:30. If we hurry up and get there, we can see that movie. Mind you, we were catching public transportation. So we get there to the movies. It's like around 9 o'clock and we missed the movie. Like, well, actually the movie was like sold out. All of the tickets were sold, so we were not able to see anything. Our little boyfriends had arrived, so we just was like, okay, I guess we just gonna like sit outside and like talk to them, because this was our first time like actually meeting them in person. Like, we had only talked on the phone, so this was like our first time meeting them. So we're out there, we're talking, like time is just like scrolling by, like time is just passing, and next thing you know, it's like 11 o'clock at night, and my cousin's like looking at me like, oh, it's time to go. And my cousin Chloe, like, she's like one of those people, she's like up on the time. Like, if we have to be there at this certain time, she's like constantly like sending reminders, like, we need to go, we need to be there, we need to do this, we need to do that. So the time is just, and I'm just like, no, I don't want to go. Like, I'm having fun with like my little boo. Like, I don't want to leave. So my cousin, I was like, the guy was like, what's wrong? I was like, well, we have to go or whatever. He's like, oh no, you guys are cool. Like, my sister or my cousin can give us a ride home. And I was like, oh, okay. So I told my cousin, like, no, his cousin's gonna give us a ride home, or his sister. Like, we are cool. Like, we're good. So she's like, oh, okay, like, whatever. It gets like later, like at this time it's like 12 o'clock at night, and my cousin's like, well, pull me to the side. She's like, come here, come here. She's like, okay, well, the bus is like, is gonna stop running pretty soon, so make sure, like, we need to be like actually like leaving right now, you know. So I go back over there and I sit down next to him. He's like, what's the problem? And I'm like, oh, my cousin just was like, it's time for us to go, because like the buses stop running. She just, you know, want to make sure that, you know, we get home. And he like, oh yeah, let me hit my cousin up, because I think she said something like, she had clothes in her car, like she moving or something. And I'm just like, moving? No, you gonna give us a ride home. Like, what are you talking about? You guys are moving. So he's like, let me just hit her up. Like, let me just call her. So he get like, at that time, like everybody was using chirp phones. So he like get on his like little chirp, and he's like, oh, could you like still give my girlfriend and her cousins or whatever a ride home? And she like, no, I'm not gonna be able to give them a ride home, because I have a mattress on top of my car and like some clothes in the car. And I'm like no, No, like, how are we gonna get home? How are we gonna get home? So I'm like looking at my cousin, and she like looking at me because she's not over there. And I'm like, oh my, how am I gonna go over there and tell her that we don't have a ride home? Like, how? So I go over there and I'm like, girl, the ride that he said that we had, we don't have it. His cousin said that she could not give us a ride home. She's talking about she got a mattress on top of her car and some clothes in the car, just like all this stuff. I don't know how we're gonna get home. And my cousin's like mad, like, what, like, London, the buses stopped running? I'm like, no, girl, maybe the buses really didn't stop running. Because right now, like, at this point, I'm just trying to be hopeful. You know what I mean? I'm being optimistic at this point, because it's like, how are we going to get home? So he like, yeah, I'm so sorry. Like, I don't know why she would say that she can give you guys a ride. And then now all of a sudden she say that she can give you guys a ride. Like, I'm so sorry. Like, do you guys have anybody that can pick you up? So I start thinking, like, okay, I can't call my mom because my mom think that I'm at my cousin Chloe's house, and my mom wouldn't even let me be out this late at night. Let's just keep it real. Right now, my mom is thinking that I'm at home, like, making cookies or doing something like that. So it's like, I'm not calling my mom, like, at all, because I'm going to get a whipping if I call my mom and tell her that I'm stranded with some boys at 12 o'clock at night. So we go and we just like sitting at the bus stop, and the guys was like, yeah, maybe we should just walk over there. Like, oh yeah, you trying to give advice now, and you the reason why we stranded. So we sitting at the bus stop, like everybody's just mad, like everybody quiet. We just like mad, like where's the bus? Like I'm praying that a bus like ride by. So then they get a phone call from their ride, their cousin, sister, whoever, and she's like, oh, I'm here, come on. They're like, oh dang, like I'm sorry, we gotta go. See, they don't even wait for us. Wait, and it's like, okay, I'm gonna ask my cousin if we can wait and see what's gonna happen to make sure you guys get home safely. They like, no, peace, left us right out there. So time is still rolling past. 9 o'clock, what, no, not 9, 11 o'clock turns into 12 turns into 1. It's like now 1:30 in the morning, and we're still being hopeful and optimistic that a bus is going to come and get us. Cars is just like riding by. Cars are even stopping and letting us know, like, hey, you know, the buses stop running like around 11 o'clock. Like, you guys may want to be like, oh no, we know, we waited for a ride. Because like at this point we scared, because nobody have anybody that they can call. Like I said, my cousin's mom is gone with her friends, and then everybody else, like, we didn't have nobody to call. We was just stranded. So it was like one car passed by, and it was like some ladies in the car, and they were like, you guys know that the buses, and we like, we know. They're like, do you guys have a ride home, right? And we like, yeah, we have a ride home. Somebody's on their way to like pick us up right now. You know, we're about to go home. And they're like, okay. So they drive off, and we like, oh my God, what are we gonna do? So then they circle back around and they pull up, and they're like, do you guys really have a ride home? And we're like, yeah, but you know, we didn't have. So we were like, you know what, no, we don't have a ride home. No, we don't have a ride home. They're like, well, you guys know there's no buses, and if you guys don't have a ride home, like, we can give you guys a ride home. And we're like, who just offer ride homes like that? Like, somebody a ride home. We're like, no, we're not giving you a car. So she's like, well, this is you guys' only option, because if you guys think that you guys don't have a ride home, there's nobody that's gonna, like, there's no buses running right now. So either you take this ride or you have no ride, like, at all. So we like get in the huddle, and we like, dang, like, what should we do? Like, we really don't have a ride home. So should we just take this ride with this lady? It was like 2 ladies. Should we just take this ride? Or I'm like, if I call my mom, like, I'm gonna, like, she's gonna kill me. And I'm just like explaining to them, like, there's no way that I could call my mom. Like, no way. So we're gonna have to like maybe take this ride. So I'm like, oh my God, what should we do? So we get like in a huddle, and I'm like, I'm gonna lead us in prayer, because like right now I'm like, Jesus is my boyfriend, because I need to call him, because my boyfriend that I thought I had left me. So now Jesus, like, come and be my boyfriend and protect us on this ride home. So I'm like praying, and I'm like, Lord, please don't let anything happen to us. Like, if you feel like these people are gonna kidnap us or kill us, just let me call my mom, because I would rather her take that whipping than for something to happen to me. So I'm like, okay, no, Jesus didn't say nothing was gonna happen to us, so let's just take this ride. We get in the car with these ladies. Mind you, they had like 2 little kids in the back seat. And so like me and my cousin Chloe was on the floor, sitting down on the floor, and then like 2 other girls was like squished in between the car seats or whatever. So they was asking us, it was like, okay, so why are you guys out here this late at night? And we were like all quiet, like, she's like, somebody needs to say something. Were y'all out here like seeing some little boys? Like, what were you guys doing? And then our one friend was like, yeah, like we came out here to see a movie, and they like pointed to me and my other cousin, like putting us all on blast, was seeing like some boys, and they said they was gonna give us a ride home, and they didn't. She like, what? So y'all came all the way out here to see some little boys, and they didn't like. She read us for filth. Like, she got on us as if she was our parents, like the entire ride home, like going off. I was like so scared. And she's like, is anybody at home? And we're like, yes. I mean, she was literally, if nobody was home, she probably would have took us back to her house and called our parents and been like, I have your children when somebody get home, or call, like, I ain't no telling what she would have did, because she was going on off on us like that heavy. So when we finally pulled up, like, mind you, Lakewood from where my cousin lived was like an hour away even driving. So by the time we get pulled up, after she's like going off on us, both of them, they was like telling jokes like, I wish I would, blah blah blah, and they leave me stranded. So we just like felt stupid. We pull up to my cousin's house finally, and they were like, you know what, on a serious note, I'm gonna let you guys know right now, like, that's not cool. You guys out there stranded that late at night, anybody could come and like take you guys, do this and that to you, and you out here stranded, and I bet your parents don't even know that you out here. In a nutshell, she basically told us that when we get older, we're not going to be friends, and that like we need to change our ways and stop trying to run after little boys and be fast and doing the most. But we looked at her like, lady, please, like, we're gonna be friends for forever. We're gonna continue to like have fun and be teenagers and do what we want. But little did we know that she was telling the truth. Like, to this day, I only talk to my cousin Chloe, and then the other 2, like, we talk to them like every now and then, but it's not like how it used to be, because like she said, some people mature, grow older, mature, change, you know what I mean? Everybody have their own path that they have to go down. So yeah, like, she was basically like telling us the truth, but we were young, we were dumb, and we did not understand like what she was trying to say to us. It's so funny, but yeah, that's crazy. But yeah, that's my story time. I hope you guys enjoyed it. And listen, don't ever hitchhike. Like, honestly, do not be afraid to call your parent. Like, if you are out in these streets doing like bad things, not even like really like bad things, but just like being a kid and like making mistakes and sneaking around, if you in a situation like that, call your mom, call your dad, call a family member. Do not hitchhike, because every situation do not turn out the way ours turned out. You even got in a car with somebody and they have you all the way in Timbuktu. Like, don't even try it. Call somebody to come pick you up, even if you're gonna get a whipping. Suffer the consequences so you can live to see another day. Okay, guys, subscribe down below to my channel, like it, give me suggestions on like different things that you guys want to see. Like, I'm like wanting to do makeup tutorials and all type of like different cool things, so just let me know. Don't forget to like and subscribe and leave a comment on what you guys want to see next. Okay, I love you guys. Bye.